Alright everybody, welcome back to this week's episode. My name's Tyler from Whispering Wild, and today we're going to be planting our food plots. It's August 12th, and it's a little bit later than I wanted to get this in, but I was away for 2 weeks for work. We had some tractor issues this year, so there's a couple things that held us up. Before I left, you guys saw in the last video, I did have all the plots sprayed. However, some has come back since it has been a little over 2 weeks, so my hope is I'm going to be able to disc it all up today, and I'm going to seed everything. We're going to go ahead with fertilizer, pellet fertilizer. We're going to seed, we're going to roll, and we're going to spray my liquid calcium on here. So that's what the plan is for today. We got a lot to do, so we're trying to get it done. But right now, as you can see behind me, this is the first plot that we had last year that we soil tested. If you haven't seen that, you can go check that out in those videos. This plot didn't need a whole lot. It needs, I think, less than 100 pounds of fertilizer, and then the rest is for the other two. So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and do this. So what I've got like an 8-pound bag maybe of Big and Beastie by Frigid Forage. That's what I'm planting in this plot. It's my late season plot. It came up phenomenal last year, so I'm going to go ahead and plant this again here in this same plot. So that being said, I have a bigger bag for like 2 acres. This is just shy of an acre. It's probably about a ½ acre to 3/4 of an acre. So I measured the seed down with a scale. I poured it into a cup, and I got that equivalated properly for this plot. The rest of that is going to be going in a buddy's plot on the other side of town. So that's what I'm planting in one plot. The next one is going to be a different Frigid Forage blend, which I'll show you when we get over there. So we got a lot to do. Let's get to work. Alrighty guys, so we just got this plot disced up. We're gonna go ahead and add some fertilizer. What I got here is my soil sample called for 3400, which is nitrogen. I could only get 33, which is I think pretty close from what they're telling me at the fertilizer depot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 80 pounds of fertilizer on this ½ acre plot, and then I'm gonna do 50 pounds on the new one because that's primarily gonna be clover, so I only want to add a little bit of nitrogen, and then I'm going to do 30 pounds at this upper plot, which is real tiny. So I'm going to go ahead and do 80 here, and see how this goes. Alright guys, so we got all our fertilizer spread here in this plot. I got my seed weighed out here, as you can tell, so I'm going to go ahead and dump this in here. And I'm going to get walking. So I got a spreader here. As you can tell, I mean, this seed is very tiny. And but the one nice thing about Frigid Forage is there's no fillers, there's no real coatings on any of the seeds, so you're getting 100% seed, which is kind of a gimmick. If you do some research on seeds, a lot of these brands put a coating on their seed, or they'll add filler in, and what that does is you might have a 10-pound bag of seed, but if it's a 60% seed to coating ratio, you're really only getting 6 pounds of seed. So that's an important factor when you're getting a 5-pound or 4 or 8-pound bag, whatever it is from Frigid Forage. You're getting that true quantity weight of seed versus fillers where you might only be getting that 5 or 6 pounds versus an 8-pound bag. So that's one of the benefits of finding a good seed company like Frigid Forage, and they're great people to work for. I spoke with them quite a bit. So other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get this seeded down and we'll see how she grows. So stick with me. Alright guys, so we just got done tilling up this second plot here. So this is going to be a new one I'm pretty excited about. This is Wild Game Buffet by Frigid Forage. It's got high protein clover and alfalfa, turnips, radish, and forage brassicas. So it's primarily a clover plot. There's all different blends in here. There is a cover crop in this seed. They have a mixed in of turnips, radishes, and forage brassicas. That's just to help come up quick and shadow and help cover the clover so it doesn't get burned out or anything. So it's a nice cover crop for that clover to grow up into. So next spring I should have a beautiful clover crop here. So that being said, I do have a bunch of fertilizer for this plot that I have, but I'm gonna go ahead and seed it first, and then I'm gonna drive the quad around just in case that seed gets on the quad tracks. It'll get beat into the soil a little bit better. So this is 0.4 acres, this plot, and this bag does a ½ an acre, so it's a little bit over, which is perfect. So so I'll give you a look at what this looks like. Oh wow, this is even smaller. Hopefully you guys can see that this seed's even smaller than the Big and Beastie seed. You can see I'm pretty sure, not 100%, but I'm pretty sure these, if you can see them in my hand, the yellow beads are the clover, and then those bigger purple ones are part of the brassica and turnips and different things. They look like the Big and Beastie. For instance, like this guy here. So like I said, this one's actually a perennial seed, so the clover will be coming back year after year for a couple years. So this does recommend to be planted in late spring, early summer. It is the second week of August. I'm hoping that's not going to affect anything, but it's just when I could get this done. So we're going to go ahead and run this through and we'll seed this plot down quick. Guys, so I just picked up some of this winter rye here. I got a ½ a bucket of it. I actually got it from a friend of mine. They farm, they have a bunch of farmland, and they combined their own rye, so that's pretty cool. I got this stuff. It was grown and harvested here, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant that in this plot. I got a ½ a 5-gallon pail. As you can see, I kind of went up the quad trail here a little bit, and then this wraps right around. So I'm gonna go ahead and seed this down quickly. Looks like we might even have a chance of some rain. I got this little area right here and one more tiny little spot I'm gonna do with this winter rye. So, but other than that, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna spread more of this fertilizer. So we'll go ahead and get this going. All right, everyone, got this boom sprayer set up now, and I've got it filling here. I just got everything built on it. Hopefully it all works. I probably have to calibrate it a little bit, get my nozzles and everything set up right. But this is it. There's 3 booms, or 1 boom, 3 nozzles. And this is what we got going on here. So it's a 25-gallon sprayer, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I've actually only got a half, which is a 1.25 gallons of this plot start left, which is definitely not enough. So I'm going to focus mainly on the food plot that's got the clover and stuff going in it. That's where I'm going to spray most of this 25 gallons. And then I'll probably put 5 gallons on the old plot and like a gallon or 2 on this new one up the hill. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to go ahead and start spraying this. I lost my camera woman, my wife, so I'm going to be using the GoPro to finish this out. But I got that winter rye seeded down out there, and I've got everything done. So everything's seeded. What I'm going to do is spray the plots next, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and take my roller here and I'm just going to roll them down. So we did get a little drizzle coming through, so that was good, but other than that, we're moving right along. We're almost done, thankfully. Alright guys, well that's a wrap for the day. Got everything disked, seeded, fertilized, sprayed. So I hope you enjoyed the series. We'll check back in a couple weeks, see how everything grew up, but I probably am going to take that roller there and roll everything quick if I can find the plug. So I have to fill it with water, so if I can't find the plug, I'm not going to do it. But other than that, I'm going to go and unhook this thing. It worked out great, actually. So that was really nice. And yeah, I got to change a couple ratchet straps on some stands, and we'll be good to go. So I'm beat. It's 4 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything today. So we had a crazy day, good day. Got a lot of stuff done. So be sure to follow along continually. We're going to be hanging some cameras and everything over the next couple days. So that should be fun too. So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you checking in, stopping by. If you like the videos, hit the subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.